Coming to you live from my studio. My name is Ayden, and this is the Ayden Jackson Show. Guys, it's been a few weeks. Obviously, you guys have probably caught on to that by now. There's not a whole lot of news I'm going to cover in today's episode. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I'm excited about that. It's crazy to think that the year is almost over. Christmas is about a month away. And then New Year's, and it'll be 2024. There are a few stories I'm going to cover, though. Just kind of thinking of them off the top of my head in today's episode. I'm not really writing them down like I usually do and then reading them off. So that's how I'm going to do it. I am sorry for not having an episode out in like a month. Sorry about that. Been a lot going on in my life. A lot of music stuff going on behind the scenes. I talked about a song in my last episode that's been delayed by months. That song. There might be a song coming out very soon, though. Hopefully. Anyways, I'm wearing headphones today. Before I start the episode, I always monitor in these, and I guess I just left them on. So I'll do it this way. That's fine. I might even take them off. I don't really need headphones. Yeah. So, obviously, a couple weeks ago was an election. I'm not going to talk about that or anything. It was my first time voting, though. And, yeah, I like the idea of being able to vote. I voted. I live in Ohio, so you can research everything people voted for, at least at the state level, whatever. Anyways, our first topic, there's a couple different country music topics in today's episode. Maren Morris announced she's rejoining the genre she was never a part of. She announced she was leaving it. Now she's staying in it. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think she just wants attention. I never considered her a part of country music. I said that episodes ago. So, no surprise to me. It was just a stunt to get people to talk. And I don't take her seriously. So, on to our next topic. The CMA Awards were a couple weeks ago. Many people don't like the results, who won the awards. Morgan Wallen was nominated for multiple awards, and he didn't win any. But there was Billboard Music Awards, I believe it was, and he won I think 11 awards or something like that. Pretty crazy. Him and Hardy, along with Post Malone, performed Joe Diffie songs. John Deere Green and Pickup Man. Post Malone, I'm not a huge fan of him. I don't think he's country, but I mean, he didn't sound too bad. I'll say that. I really only like country music, so I sometimes go out of that. I like some rock stuff, but there's not too much outside of that I like. So, I'm not a huge fan of him, but he didn't do bad on that song. I actually think it was a decent performance. And they released those songs, part of Hardy's next Hicks tape. So go check that out. It's called Diff Tape. It's a small batch they released. And then they're going to release the rest, and they're all Joe Diffie songs in March. So that's a big piece of news. Eric Church made a surprise appearance. He performed Man Made a Bar with Morgan Wallen. It's a pretty good song. Go listen to it. Go check out the performance. Kenny Chesney, Mac McAnally, Alan Jackson and Zach Brown Band did a Jimmy Buffett tribute. Pretty cool. I liked a few Jimmy Buffett songs. Sad when he passed away. But I am glad they did that, and it was pretty cool to watch. I like seeing Alan Jackson perform because he doesn't really perform anymore. So that was kind of nice to watch. There's not there's not too much more in country music to really cover that I can think of. I do think Morgan Wallen should have won more awards. Entertainer of the Year went to Lainey Wilson. She's an amazing entertainer. Amazing, just overall. Like, I don't think she has a bad song, but I don't think she should have won Entertainer of the Year at this point in her career. Because Eric Church, he had to go over 10 years before he won it. You know, he didn't win until 2020, and I think he put out his first song in 2006, I believe. So he was early 2000s, and he just won Entertainer of the Year in 2020. And I don't think that. I don't know if Carrie Underwood or Miranda Lambert. I don't think they've won it either, and they were in that category. I think Morgan Wallen was in that category as well. You know, she's an amazing performer. I just don't think at this point in her career that win should have came. Anyways, we'll get into our next story here in a minute, but before we do that, let me tell you about Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee is an amazing coffee company. They offer 12 delicious coffee blends from areas all over the world. They also sell tea and hot cocoa. All their coffee is hand roasted to order, and they just released their fall flavors. Click the link down below to order some amazing coffee and use the discount code AydenJackson for 10% off your entire order. That's discount code AydenJackson for 10% off your entire order. Let's get back into the episode. Okay. Last time I did an episode, the audio was cutting out of the ad reads. I hopefully fixed that issue. I might have to mess around with it a little more. But yeah, I did mention fall flavors. I know we're getting close to Christmas time. That was recorded about a month ago, that ad read. So I'll probably change it in the next week or so and have more ad reads from other companies. I just have a couple right now. If you're a company that wants to sponsor this podcast or give listeners a discount while giving me a commission or something, let me know. Just, email me, contact@aydenjackson.com, and have the subject be something around the lines of podcast sponsor, something like that. And I will let you know. I obviously, to keep a podcast running, you gotta have sponsors and different sources of income. So, yeah. Anyways, our next topic, I just saw this trending like earlier. There's a comedian named Matt Rife. I've seen a few videos of him. Every video I've seen so far has been funny. People don't like his new Netflix special because he's saying stuff about women they don't like. And, he's a comedian. Comedians are going to say stuff that offends people. Like, that's kind of a big part of what being a comedian is. So, he's not going to please everybody. He's going to offend people. And it was actually kind of funny. Everything I've heard him say so far, for the most part, has been funny. So, People just need to quit being so sensitive. We live in a world nowadays where everybody is sensitive. You refer to somebody using the wrong pronoun, they cry. The world we live in is full of sensitive people nowadays, and it's sad. And, I'm not trying to dig at anyone. Obviously, I just wish things were different, and yeah, I've never, not trying to dig at anybody, but there are only two genders, and it kind of corresponds with your sex. So people like to act like there's like 50,000, but I don't want to talk about topics like that on my podcast because they'll get you canceled. The opinion I have right now, everybody had 2 seconds ago, but now that 2020's happened, people think there's like 50,000 genders. Anyways, I'm going to quit talking about that. Got me going there for a minute. I really enjoy doing this podcast, and I don't ever want to get real political in the topics I talk about. I will tell you, you can figure out my political views just by scrolling my social medias. I don't ever post about it on there, but you go to my Twitter, you look at my likes, go to my Instagram, see who I'm following, go look at the song I released almost a year ago, January. You'll see my views, and come this next election, I'm probably going to be speaking about it a little more on this podcast. The 2024 election, because it is important. Our president has dementia, and anybody who disagrees with that is just dumb. And I saw somebody saying, he grew up back when presidents used to kiss babies, and no, there's literally photos of him grabbing a baby by the junk. You can't sit there and tell me that he should be our president. You can't. He has dementia. Not gonna say too much because you never know. But I think that's gonna be it for the episode. I think that out of both of them, the better option is the one that is not currently recognized as the president. He's been a president, but he's gonna win. And if he doesn't, I'm telling you, it's not gonna be good. Anyways, my name has been Ayden. If you have any disagreements with anything I said, leave them down in the comments down below. Any platform you're listening on. I believe on Anchor, you can, or actually it's Spotify for podcasters now. You can actually send me a voice message if there's anything you disagree with, and I will feature you on the podcast. If you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, here is me telling you how to do that right now. Request us to have a guest on my podcast, go to aydenjackson.com/podcast to learn more. That's aydenjackson.com/podcast to learn more. Let's get okay. Sorry about those cutting off really weird. I'm still trying to fix that. Everything I'm doing here is live, so trying to fix that. Anyways, my name has been Ayden. Thanksgiving is in a couple of days. It's crazy to think about. But I am going to go ahead and end this episode here. My name has been Ayden, and this has been The Jackson Show.